Well, this evening we continue to watch the flooding situation as it evolves over the course of late this afternoon and this evening across the eastern United States. A pattern, a situation unfolding which continue to see more and more rain, unfortunately, after a very wet and August and September. And the situation, certainly as it stands now, doesn't look as if it's going to change any time over the course of the weekend. We're going to continue to see showers and thunderstorms form and ride northwards over the flood zone and the flooded areas that have seen the impacts so hard from Lee as well as Irene as well. I'm going to show you folks quickly the reason for the pattern, why I was seeing this persistent rain moving from south to north, and the fact that it's going to change so little even into next week. And I'm going to show you here a graphic off the Weather Channel website, and you can see here an area of low pressure here, the blue with the red L. That's the area of low pressure, and that's causing all the problems. But it's only part of the problem. The fact is that we've got the jet stream. I know it's not very clear, and I apologise for that, but we've got the jet stream here way to the north. There's a distance between the area of low pressure from the jet stream. The jet stream is the great transporter of weather systems. It basically moves west-east across the middle latitudes, separates colder to the north with warmer to the south. But it also is what makes the weather systems move in and move out. When it's detached from that jet stream, that's where the problems come in, because you tend to find that there's nothing moving this area of low pressure. It's basically spinning on its own. There's nothing to get this to shift eastwards and kick out. The problem is as well, it's actually sitting in probably the worst place it could be, because also we've got the area of low pressure, and we've got a cold front that's basically draped down along the southeast into the southeastern United States. And what that's doing is the cold front itself is triggering a south and southeast flow from both the eastern Gulf of Mexico and from the western Atlantic. Two very warm, moisture-rich bodies of water, of course, and that means that all that moisture, all that warmth is pushing northwards along the area, the frontal boundary. So as it does so, of course, the flood zone is right here through parts of Virginia, Maryland, many parts of Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, and up into southern and central Vermont. So the problem is the front sitting like this here, and you've got that persistent flow out of the Gulf and the Atlantic, and what that's doing is being energized. All this energy, this moisture, is getting pumped along that boundary, that trigger point for showers and thunderstorms. And of course that's area where we've seen the worst flooding over the past month and a half with both Irene and Lee. So we're seeing that problem, and this here is the current radar of the Weather Channel. You can see here the showers and thunderstorms, the brightest colours, the heaviest rain, and we'll continue to see this all move northwards. The problem is, folks, that the areas that are seen that have seen the flooding, we don't want to see these yellows and these reds rattle through and move across the region, perhaps dumping a couple inches of rain over the course of a couple of hours. The problem is we don't want to see these here types of thunderstorms then refire to the south and follow the same path. That's what you call training, when you've got a thunderstorm move through and a new one forms to the south of it and basically follows the exact same path that the previous one did. And that's the problem. You can see the vast amount of moisture all across the east. The front here, basically this wee line here, a thunderstorm is almost non-ending. That's actually where your front is, and the area of low pressure itself is stationed here, going nowhere over the course of the next few days. All this here, of course, you've got added heat and by daytime, therefore we're going to see some enhancement of those showers and thunderstorms. So we've got a bit of a problem. One slight silver lining, if we can call it that, is the fact that we don't expect the same type of intensity of rain as we did with both the tropical systems that dumped, of course, 6 to even 12 inches of rain over the course of maybe a 6-hour period. Simply, there's no tropical system here, so you don't have just quite as much of moisture available, but therefore at the same time, I do think the area, the region that's expected, outlined of about 3 to 6 inches of rain, which you can see the graphic on the blog. I sometimes, unfortunately, think that is a bit conservative, and I think there will be places that see even more than 6 inches of rain. Hopefully, places like the Susquehanna Valley of southeast Pennsylvania, portions of New Jersey, upstate New York, as well as southern Vermont, will hope that those higher rainfall totals don't end up in the same regions. The moisture, the saturated soils across the northeast, there's places where they've seen the big floods, can only take perhaps as much as an inch of rain before we see more flooding take place. There's just simply nowhere for the rainfall to saturate into the soils. All that soil has got no capacity to hold the moisture, so to speak. So let's hope for the best over the next couple of days. The pattern shows that it's going to go nowhere. This area of low pressure, folks, is going nowhere, and neither is the front. So therefore, we're going to continue to see that southerly flow move up and across the region that's been so wet over the past month and a half. But stay tuned to the blog. I'm going to continue to keep updates. Thanks for watching. Have a good evening. Bye for now.